My beloved child, pause for a moment and listen to the quiet stirrings within your heart, for in that stillness I am speaking to you, assuring you that my love knows no bounds and stretches far beyond the horizon you see. I have been watching over you with unwavering vigilance, guarding you against storms both seen and unseen, and breathing life into your every dream and hope. Though you may sometimes feel isolated by the burdens of this world, I promise that you are never alone, because I stand beside you, walk ahead of you, and cover you behind as well. Do not fear the unknown, for my hands are always extended toward you, ready to catch you whenever you stumble or fall, no matter how slight the misstep. Step forward now with trust, for I have paved your path with my ceaseless grace, and I will guide you into a tomorrow filled with wondrous possibilities. Even now, I am reaching out to draw you closer, reminding you that my presence is not limited by walls or human constraints, for my spirit envelops you in an eternal embrace that no circumstance can break. I see every tear you shed in secret, every sigh that escapes your lips when your heart is weighed down by pain, and I hold your trembling hands in mine, reassuring you that healing is coming and new joy will dawn in your life. Come to me with your burdens, with the weight of your unanswered questions and silent fears, and place them at my feet. For I delight in carrying your load and replacing your anxiety with my comforting peace. Open your heart to my voice, and you will find that I have written a beautiful purpose for you, a divine narrative that reflects my endless compassion. Do not be discouraged, for I am planting seeds of restoration and hope in the soil of your soul, and soon you will see them bloom beyond your greatest expectations. You are infinitely precious in my eyes, more cherished than any rare treasure mankind has ever discovered, and I have set my love upon you before you took your first breath. Even when you question your own value or worth, I whisper gently that my creation of you was intentional and splendid, for I designed you with distinct gifts and talents meant to flourish in this world. Let these truths take root in your thoughts. I formed you in love, I have a plan for your life, and I will never abandon you in your wanderings. Receive this promise with open arms and an open heart, for it is the firm foundation upon which you can always stand. Take courage now, for I am the one who holds your heart with the tender care of a loving father, ever watching, ever guiding, ever ready to bless. I understand how the weight of your responsibilities can sometimes feel overwhelming, especially when the days blur together in a haze of duties, unanswered messages, and broken fragments of rest. There are hours when your soul feels restless, as if it is searching for a place of peace, but only finds the chaos of daily strife. My child, bring me these feelings of exhaustion and frustration, for I am your refuge in times of trouble, and I restore what has been worn thin by the demands of life. When you breathe a quiet prayer in the darkness of the night, know that I am there, listening, loving, and determined to bring you into a new morning filled with light. Trust in my mercy, for I am weaving the threads of your struggles into a tapestry of triumph that will shine with my glory. Be not afraid of your future, for your story rests safely in my hands, and I am writing each chapter with infinite wisdom and goodness. While you may be perplexed by the twists and turns along the way, I promise that no detour is wasted and no pain is without purpose, for I shape even your valleys into opportunities for deeper dependence on me. When the mountains seem impassable, remember that I am the one who crafted the peaks and laid the ground beneath your feet, and I will make a way where none appears to exist. Place your concerns upon my shoulders, and I will lift you above the storm, demonstrating that all things are possible through my power. Look to the horizon with hope, for I lead you forward with unwavering love. I am fully aware of the burdens you carry in your heart, especially the unspoken ones that you cannot voice to others, and I long to unshackle you from that heavy chain. The nights of restlessness, when your worries seem louder than any lullaby of reassurance, are not unseen by my eyes. Do not hide your tears from me, for each drop is precious, and I stand ready to give you comfort and renew your spirit. My grace is enough, my mercy unending, and my arms wide open, longing to gather you in a warm embrace of forgiveness and newness of life. Look upward, dear one, for I am shining my light to guide your path onward. If you have felt abandoned or misunderstood, come and find solace in my presence, for I am the constant friend who never tires of your company. Even when the world seems to turn its back, I remain standing at the door of your heart, longing to commune with you in the sacred quiet of honest conversation. Open your soul to me and let me mend the cracks formed by rejection, for I am the potter who can reshape even broken shards into a masterpiece of hope. Know that you are held tightly by my abiding compassion, and I will cover you with the mantle of my protection. Take a step closer to me today, and let my love soothe every ache you bear. You are not a forgotten face in a crowd, and you are never overlooked by my watchful gaze. I take delight in each moment you whisper a prayer of gratitude or even a plea for help, because it tells me you trust in my unfailing goodness. I am writing your life's narrative with the same creative flourish I used when I set the stars in the night sky, ensuring that each chapter resonates with my divine intention. Do not let condemnation or guilt rob you of the joy that is rightfully yours through the blessings I freely offer. Embrace my presence in this very moment, and you will find the courage to walk forward in renewed optimism. The challenges you face are but stepping stones leading you toward the fullness of your destiny, for every obstacle holds a hidden lesson, and every trial an invitation to discover deeper layers of my faithfulness. Resist the temptation to shrink back in fear, and instead dare to believe that I have appointed you for a greater purpose beyond your imagination. I am well aware that sometimes it is easier to doubt, to question, or to feel weighed down by your own limitations, yet I assure you that my strength is made perfect in your weakness. Hand me your uncertainties, and watch how I transform them into opportunities to glorify my name and enrich your life. Take heart, for I have covered your tomorrows with my eternal promises. I rejoice in every moment you approach me in prayer, whether it is a fervent cry or a quiet reflection. You do not need complicated words or lengthy rituals to capture my heart, for I am moved simply by your genuine trust and willingness to open yourself to me. Each time you invite me into your circumstances, you give me permission to work miracles in ways you cannot yet fathom, aligning your life with my perfect will. Do not fret over how you appear or whether your words seem grand, because I look beyond your outward form and see straight into the sincerity of your spirit. Stand confidently, knowing that I hear every cry and lovingly hold your future in my hands. Do not fear the struggles that come your way, for I am your shield, your defender who stands guard over you. Trials are never meant to crush you, but to shape and refine you, like a master craftsman polishing a jewel to reveal its true brilliance. Trust that in moments of confusion, when all paths seem concealed by dense fog, I will clear a way before you, illuminating each step with the glow of my promises. When your courage wavers, recall how I have delivered you in the past and allow your faith to rise anew. Look ahead with unwavering confidence, for I journey beside you, ensuring that hope will never be extinguished. In the stillness of your quiet prayers, I am there, whispering my affirmations and encouraging your soul to keep pressing forward even when it would be easier to give in. There is no place of darkness that my light cannot penetrate, no depth of sorrow that my comfort cannot reach, and no fear too great for my power to overcome. When you hesitate, wondering if your life truly matters, recall that I have carried you from the beginning, and will continue to do so until the end, writing each page of your life with unrelenting tenderness. Believe that my grace is sufficient to cover your past mistakes, your present concerns, and your future uncertainties. Rise with renewed determination, for I am the lamp that lights your path. My child, I see how your spirit longs for stability in a world that seems to be ever shifting beneath your feet, and I assure you that in me you will find a rock that cannot be shaken. Though nations may rage and people may falter, my promise of love and security remains steadfast, a beacon that never grows dim. I have charted every star in the heavens and know them by name, so how much more do I care about each hope and fear that dwells within your heart? Do not doubt my capacity to nurture you, because I am your eternal anchor, holding you firmly against the storms that threaten your peace. Lift your gaze, for I am ever faithful, and I strengthen you to walk confidently into every tomorrow. No path you tread is beyond my understanding, and I will lead you even when you feel blindfolded by confusion or weighed down by disappointments. When you question your worth, remember that I formed you in your mother's womb, carefully knitting together every detail of your being, and I remain committed to your growth and spiritual prosperity. I rejoice in every kind deed you do, in every selfless act of love, and I supply you with compassion that overflows, so you might bless the world around you. Therefore, let not your heart be troubled, for I nurture each step you take, giving you courage to stand upright, even when the winds of adversity blow fiercely. Take my hand, for I am ever ready to guide you toward wholeness. Reflect on the moments in your life when you felt a gentle nudge of hope, or sensed a peaceful stillness after you prayed. For those instances are glimpses of my constant involvement in your journey. I do not turn my back on you when you stumble, nor do I reproach you harshly when your faith wavers, because I know each weakness and have chosen to love you through them all. Let your heart rest in the knowledge that my affection for you is unwavering, eternal, and stronger than any force in the universe that seeks to shake your confidence. Lay your doubts and confusions before me, and you will find that my reassurance never wavers, my promises never falter, and my faithfulness endures forever. Stand tall, dear one, for I have carved your name on the palms of my hands, and I will guide you from this moment forward. Remember that I see you, not as the world sees you, through the narrow lens of fleeting appearances or momentary successes, but through the eternal perspective of a loving Creator who designed you with great care. Whenever you feel small or overshadowed, recall that I hold the universe in place and still choose to look upon you with tenderness, calling you my beloved. Even in the silent spaces of heartbreak, when your cries go unnoticed by those around you, I am right there, comforting your soul with my presence. Let the knowledge of my closeness soothe the anxious beating of your heart, reminding you that you do not walk through life unaided. Rest in this promise, for I have pledged to be the guardian of your every breath. I understand your yearning for purpose, your desire to make sense of the world, and to know that your life counts for something truly significant. Sometimes the pursuit of purpose can feel like an endless journey across a barren desert, where each step forward leaves you thirsting for affirmation or direction. But hear me now. I have set a plan in motion for you, one that intertwines with the gifts and passions I instilled in your spirit, shaping you into a vessel of my light. Do not give in to hopelessness if progress seems slow, for I am orchestrating events and preparing opportunities that will reveal the greater calling I have for you. Lift your head and press on, for I am guiding you toward a destiny more magnificent than you can presently imagine. There may be times when you doubt whether I truly see all that you endure, whether I genuinely care about every detail of your existence, and I want you to know that my empathy runs deeper than the seas. I observe your silent tears when you feel misunderstood, and I cradle your sorrow in my hands as though it were a precious offering, for it is in your moments of vulnerability that my compassion shines the brightest. Do not fear your own emotions. Bring them before me, and let my mercy cover your anxieties, disappointments, and regrets until they become stepping stones to freedom. For I will not leave you stranded in the desert of despair. I am the cool stream that revives your weary soul. Take courage, for I am drawing near to you, closer than your next breath. My protection over you is like a towering fortress, a place of refuge that withstands the fiercest storms, because nothing can stand against my omnipotent might. I call you to dwell in my shelter, to abide in the safety of my promises, and to remember that not a single moment of your life is out of my control. Even when danger looms, or when darkness tries to overshadow your path, I command my angels to watch over you, to guard and guide you along the way. Therefore, do not be enslaved by fear, for my perfect love casts out all terror, and I assure you that I am stronger than the mightiest powers that seek to harm you. Live boldly, for my everlasting arms are wrapped around you, defending you with an unbreakable shield of grace. I invite you to converse with me as you would with your most trusted friend, revealing your joys and pains, your triumphs and failures, for I cherish every word that flows from your soul. Prayer is not meant to be a heavy burden, but a sweet communion where you open your heart and let my love flood every corner of your being. When you pray, you align yourself with my will, and in that alignment, miracles become possible. Even the smallest, most fleeting petition you whisper in faith can move mountains, for I am the one who set the foundations of the earth and the boundaries of the seas. Bring me your requests, no matter how great or small, and believe that in my timing I will unveil answers that testify of my miraculous power. Trust in this sacred dialogue, for I am a God who listens with attentive compassion. Do not fear the shadows of your past, for I have swept them away with the light of forgiveness and redemption. Too often, you chain yourself to mistakes or regrets, believing they define you. Yet I am calling you to step out from that prison of shame and to walk into the liberating truth of who you are in me. Your past cannot dictate your future unless you allow it, for my mercy rewrites the narrative of your life whenever you yield to me. Do not think you are beyond my reach. My arm is never too short to rescue you, and my heart never too distant to heal your wounds. Arise in the freedom that I have purchased for you, and carry this torch of hope into every new day. Let your heart soak in the message of grace, the wondrous reality that I offer unmerited favor and boundless compassion, not because you have earned it, but because I delight in loving you. When discouragement tries to flood your mind, remember that grace stands guard at the door of your soul, reminding you that I have already paved the way for your redemption. Though you may stumble, your missteps do not shock me, for I knew each one before you ever took your first breath, and still I chose you as my beloved child. If guilt and regret weigh heavily on you, surrender them into my hands, for I specialize in transforming brokenness into testimonies of my goodness. Take a deep breath now, and allow my grace to wash over you like a healing balm, restoring your hope and sense of worth. I want you to know that you are never disqualified from my love, no matter how severe your failures or how many times you have turned away from my call. My love endures beyond human comprehension, transcending limitations or boundaries set by your doubts or the judgments of others. When you finally come to me, bringing your shattered pieces and outstretched hands, you will see that my arms have always been open to welcome you home. Let your heart be softened to this love that knows no measure, for it will not be diminished by your insecurities or overshadowed by your fears. Stand in awe of my unwavering devotion to you and let it propel you to walk forward in renewed boldness. When the weight of financial worries or career uncertainty presses down upon you, and you question whether I truly see your pressing needs, rest assured that I do. I am the provider who knows how to bring forth water in the desert and manna in the wilderness, and I will sustain you when the world's resources seem scarce. Lift up your concerns to me, trusting that I can open doors no human can shut, and bring opportunities that surpass any expectation you might have. Choose to seek my kingdom first, placing your heart and hopes in my capable hands, and you will witness the miraculous ways I supply your every requirement. Stand firm in this promise, for I have never failed to care for those who depend on my faithfulness. Be mindful that I have given you a spirit not of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind, allowing you to confront life's obstacles with supernatural courage. Whenever doubts creep into your thoughts, or anxiety steals your peace, remember that you can lean on my unwavering presence, finding a wellspring of confidence that no earthly tribulation can quench. The battles you face, whether they are external conflicts or internal wars, waged in the battlefield of your mind, are not fought alone. I stand with you as the Lord of hosts, commanding angelic armies to aid you. Do not allow the uncertainties of the world to overshadow the certainty of my victory, for I have overcome all that could harm you. Therefore arise in the boldness of this truth, for you are more than a conqueror through my love. Draw near to me with every longing of your heart, and watch how I transform your perspective, enabling you to see beyond your immediate troubles. When you dwell in my presence, you will discover that peace transcends circumstances, and joy springs forth even in the midst of sorrow. Embrace this intimacy, for in it you will gain clarity, wisdom, and an unshakable confidence that your days are governed by divine purpose rather than fleeting chance. Let my words dwell richly in you, guiding your decisions, renewing your mind, and fortifying your spirit for the path ahead. Continue to press in, beloved, for I await you with open arms and endless affection. In your moments of confusion or frustration, remind yourself that my ways are higher than your ways, and my thoughts are higher than your thoughts, for I see the tapestry of eternity while you see only a single thread. Even when you yearn for immediate solutions or clear answers, hold fast to the knowledge that I orchestrate all things at the perfect time, weaving every circumstance into a plan that showcases my goodness. Let patience have its perfect work in you, refining your character and forging a deeper trust in me, knowing that all delays are merely opportunities for your faith to flourish. Surrender the burden of needing to understand it all, and rest in my gentle assurance that I am steering your life toward an outcome more glorious than you can fathom. Breathe in hope, for I am the author and finisher of your faith. Look to the heavens when you feel weighed down, for the same hands that stretched out the stars in the sky now extend toward you in boundless compassion. Your tears are never wasted in my sight, for I gather them as evidence of your journey, turning sorrow into strength and doubt into determination. Even if you stumble 1,000 times, my forgiveness is always waiting to lift you back up, dusting off your knees and guiding you forward once more. Do not be shackled by remorse or fear that your future is ruined. My power is infinitely greater than any mistake or failure you might think defines you. Step forward now, for I clothe you with hope and crown you with the promise of new possibilities. When you reach the end of your own ability, know that this is precisely where my power is most clearly demonstrated, for I delight in carrying you when your legs can walk no further. Release the pride that insists on self-reliance, and let me show you how sweet dependence on my grace can be, as I supply every ounce of strength you require. The mountains ahead may seem unscalable, yet I am the one who levels them with a whisper and turns obstacles into testimonies of my might. So take a deep breath and lay your burdens down at my feet. trusting me to fulfill every promise I have spoken over your life. Stand tall in this moment, assured that I am your victory and your everlasting refuge. You may sometimes wonder why life's challenges appear unrelenting, but I assure you that even in those long battles, you are never without my sustaining presence. During the desert seasons, where resources feel scarce and hope feels distant, I provide daily manna for your soul, nurturing you step by step. Resist the urge to compare your journey with another's, believing that I have somehow withheld blessings from you. In reality, I am meticulously equipping you with the resilience and wisdom necessary for the unique purpose I have fashioned you to fulfill. Embrace my timing, for I bring forth fruit in its appointed season, ensuring your life remains ever fruitful in my sight. Cherish the promise that I have made. I will never leave you nor forsake you, for such is the extent of my faithfulness. Even when others may fail you, and even when your own heart condemns you, I remain steadfast, reminding you that nothing can separate you from my love. So rest, dear one, in the knowledge that my devotion to you is not fragile, but as unyielding as the firmest foundation. Trust that I am always doing a new thing, even in the bleakest hours, making rivers flow in the desert of your despair. Let hope flourish in your spirit, for I am leading you into blessings unseen. Consider how a shepherd tends to his sheep, gently guiding them, ensuring they lack nothing essential, and rescuing them if they wander astray. And know that I have called you by name as my own sheep. I nurture you, feed you with my word, and rescue you whenever you lose your way, carrying you back to safer pastures with tender care. When the wolves of anxiety or fear encircle, I stand as your protector, confronting every threat that seeks to harm you. Do not ignore my voice, for it is the voice that leads to abundant life, free from the traps and pitfalls that would snare your soul. With each step you take in obedience, you enter deeper into the lush meadows of my provision. I know how easy it is to get caught up in the hustle of life, where responsibilities multiply and rest seems like a luxury you cannot afford. But I instituted the principle of Sabbath for your benefit, so you would remember to pause, breathe, and reflect on my goodness, rather than becoming consumed by endless striving. When you are weary, retreat into my presence, allowing me to refresh your soul, quiet your racing thoughts, and fill your heart with new resolve. Be still, and know that I am God, the one who provides tranquility amid life's chaos and clarity amid confusion. Let these sacred moments of rest become your fortress, reminding you that I, and not your own effort, am the source of every blessing. Never forget that I fashioned you with creativity and purpose, placing within you the capacity to dream dreams that align with my kingdom and reflect my glory. Your unique talents and passions are not coincidences. They are keys that can unlock opportunities to influence the world for good. When fear tells you that you are inadequate or that your abilities are insignificant, answer with the truth that I have anointed you for a divine task. Like a seed buried in the earth, your gifts may lie hidden for a time, but as you nurture them under the light of my word and water them with perseverance, they will surely sprout in due season. Keep trusting, keep cultivating, and watch how I bring forth a harvest of blessings through your life. Do not doubt my readiness to intervene on your behalf, for I care deeply about every aspect of your existence, from the grandest dreams to the smallest daily worries. Some believe I only work in great awe-inspiring miracles, yet I also manifest my loving kindness in the quiet details of your day, in subtle nudges of encouragement and gentle whispers of guidance. Learn to perceive my hand in these small wonders, a timely word from a friend, an unexpected open door, or a burst of peace during a stressful moment, because it is in such moments that you will see my attentiveness. As you acknowledge me even in the simplest blessings, your faith will grow, and you will learn to rest in the certainty that I am near. Take comfort in this, for I orchestrate both mighty and gentle movements for your good. When you find yourself in a season of waiting, know that I am not indifferent to the desires of your heart, and I have not forgotten the prayers you offered in fervent faith. Patience, though challenging, refines your soul and teaches you to trust in my sovereignty, which is never early and never late. Waiting becomes fertile ground for deeper faith because in that period of uncertainty, you learn to lean on my steadfastness rather than your own understanding. Surrender your timelines to me and allow me to shape you while you look forward to the day your answer arrives in all its fullness. Keep pressing onward, for I am working behind the scenes, ensuring that everything aligns perfectly according to my perfect plan. Sometimes your heart wrestles with grief, especially when you lose someone dear, face profound disappointments, or watch your carefully laid plans crumble. In those moments, remember that I am no stranger to sorrow. I was acquainted with grief and heartache and know the sting of tears intimately. Run to me in your pain, lay your shattered pieces before me, and allow me to cradle you in my everlasting arms, where healing flows like a gentle river. I will not rush your mourning, nor will I dismiss your questions. Instead, I will remain close, shining light into your darkest nights, and gradually turning your lament into rejoicing. Cling to me with all your strength, for my consolation is unparalleled, and my ability to restore is limitless. Be encouraged to guard your heart against the snares of bitterness and anger, which can arise when life deals harsh blows or when you feel betrayed by others. These poisons rob you of the sweet communion of my spirit, and they cloud your vision, preventing you from seeing the goodness still present in your life. Instead, bring your wounded pride and unmet expectations to my throne, and allow me to show you a better way, a path of forgiveness and compassion that sets you free. Remember, forgiveness does not mean condoning wrongdoing, but it does mean releasing yourself from the prison of bitterness. Hand me your grievances, and I will teach you the healing power of mercy, so you might live unburdened and in peace. When temptation lurks at your door, enticing you to settle for lesser substitutes of joy or stray into harmful habits, recall that you were made for something far greater. The fleeting pleasures of sin promise satisfaction, but ultimately sow seeds of regret and misery, whereas my ways lead you into a lasting peace that no earthly enticement can match. Though the pull of temptation may feel strong, I offer you a way out every single time, bestowing the strength and wisdom to resist the lure of destructive choices. Take hold of my word, store it within your heart, and let it serve as a lamp that illuminates the right path. Keep your eyes on me, and I will help you remain steadfast, victorious, and secure in righteousness. My beloved child, do not underestimate the power of your testimony, for even the smallest story of how I have touched your life can spark hope in someone else's darkness. Whether you have felt my presence during times of desperation, witnessed my provision in moments of lack, or experienced the comfort of my spirit in your sorrow, these are treasures worth sharing. Through your words and example, you become a beacon of my grace, pointing others toward the truth that I am real, active, and longing to save and restore all who come to me. Let your light shine, not only in grand acts, but also in daily kindness, sacrificial love, and a willingness to speak of my goodness wherever you go. Stand assured in this calling, for each act of faith can ripple across countless hearts. Do not lose heart when the world's brokenness weighs heavily upon you, making you question if hope can survive amid so much injustice and pain. Though humanity suffers under the weight of sin, I have not abandoned this earth, and my redemptive plan continues to unfold across generations. I call you to partner with me, to bring compassion where there is hatred, to speak truth where there is deception, and to embody my love where there is desperation. Remember that even a single candle overcomes the darkness it touches, so never believe your small acts of love are insignificant. Press onward in faith, for I am renewing the face of the earth, and I have chosen you to reflect my light. In your moments of victory and celebration, do not forget the one who orchestrated each step leading you to that joyful outcome. Gratitude strengthens the bridge between your heart and mine, reminding you that every good gift finds its origin in my hand. As you cultivate a thankful spirit, you will discover that joy multiplies, even in the face of adversity, and that your faith blossoms like a well-watered garden. Acknowledge me in your achievements, not from a place of guilt or obligation, but from a place of genuine awe and worship, recognizing how I meticulously piece together blessings for your benefit. Rejoice in my faithfulness, for I delight in prospering my children and celebrating their breakthroughs alongside them. I have given you my word as a lamp to your feet and a light to your path, revealing timeless truths that guide you through the complexities of life. Within its pages, you will find accounts of my marvelous deeds, examples of unwavering faith, and promises that remain unshaken by cultural shifts or passing trends. Treasure this divine counsel, let it guard your heart, and lean upon it when the world's voices grow loud, trying to sow confusion or doubt. Approach my word in humility, asking the Holy Spirit to illuminate what you read, transforming mere knowledge into living wisdom that directs your steps. Keep immersing yourself in truth, for my word never returns void but accomplishes everything I intended. When you gaze at the cross, remember that it stands as the ultimate testament of my love, a sacrifice of cosmic significance that broke the chain of sin and bridged the chasm separating humanity from me. In the shadow of that cross lies redemption, forgiveness, and the open invitation for every soul to enter my family and partake of everlasting life. You are no longer defined by your transgressions. Instead, you are sealed by my righteousness and clothed in my grace. Do not shy away from the magnitude of this gift, believing yourself unworthy, for it is precisely for the undeserving that I came. Embrace this unmerited favor and walk each day in the freedom my sacrifice secured for you. Take courage, my child, for I am the resurrection and the life, and I specialize in bringing beauty out of ashes and breathing life into what seems beyond recovery. Even if certain aspects of your life appear hopeless, I urge you to trust in my restorative power, believing that I can resurrect dreams, heal relationships, and mend broken spirits. Though the night may be long, joy dawns with the morning, and what was once a grave can be transformed into a garden teeming with vibrant growth. Speak life over your circumstances, aligning your words with the promises I have made, rather than the doubts swirling in your mind. Believe in my ability to make all things new, for I delight in writing miraculous endings to stories once marked by despair. At times, it may feel as though your fervent prayers are met with silence, but I encourage you not to interpret my quietness as absence or disinterest. Often, I am working in ways you cannot see, orchestrating events, preparing hearts, and aligning every detail so that my answer arrives at the perfect time. Patience in these moments reveals the depth of your faith, demonstrating that you trust me beyond your immediate comprehension. Know that I treasure every cry of your heart, and I respond in my wisdom, not with aimless delay, but purposeful timing that ultimately serves your good. Cling to me in these seasons of waiting, and trust that I will never leave your pleas unanswered. Let your spirit be buoyed by the knowledge that eternity awaits, and your time on this earth is but a fleeting moment in the grand story I have authored. Your struggles and sorrows, though they feel immense now, will one day be overshadowed by the immeasurable glory of my eternal presence. That does not mean I dismiss the weight of your current burdens, but I want to shift your perspective toward the hope of an everlasting kingdom where tears are wiped away and joy is unending. Live your days with a sense of divine purpose, knowing that what you do now carries eternal significance when offered unto me. Remain steadfast, for your reward extends far beyond this temporal realm. When the storms of life come crashing in, threatening your stability and eroding your sense of security, remember that I am the anchor that holds you firm. Even the fiercest tempest cannot shake you from my grasp, for my power exceeds the mightiest wind, and my love shelters you more completely than the sturdiest vessel. In the turbulence, let your soul find peace by fixing your eyes upon me, much like a lighthouse guiding ships through treacherous waters. The sea may rage, but I speak, "Peace, be still," and the waves obey. Stand in awe of my sovereignty, for I am the calm within every storm, and I promise to guide you safely to shore. It grieves me when you hide your true feelings out of shame or fear, believing that vulnerability before me is a sign of weakness. My precious child, there is no emotion, no hidden place within you that I am not already intimately aware of, for I formed your heart and understand it better than you do yourself. Pour out your sorrows, voice your frustrations, and let the raw honesty of your heart spill forth in my presence, for it is in such openness that true healing and deeper intimacy with me are found. Do not mask your wounds with pride or denial. Instead, let me, the great physician, attend to them with gentle hands and compassionate eyes. Find courage in transparency, for I respond to your candor with boundless mercy. Take delight in each new dawn, for every morning is a gift, accompanied by fresh mercies and opportunities to witness my hand at work in your life. You do not need to be burdened by yesterday's failures or tomorrow's uncertainties, for I grant you the grace to begin anew each day. Greet the sunrise with a grateful heart, offering your plans, concerns, and desires to me, and watch as I transform ordinary routines into sacred encounters with my grace. Breathe in the promise that you do not walk alone, that every step you take is undergirded by my unfailing presence. Rejoice in these daily mercies, and move forward in anticipation of the wonders I have prepared for you. Your relationships matter to me, and I long to see you flourish in loving, authentic connections with those around you. Whether it is family, friends, or even strangers you cross paths with, I call you to love as I have loved you, extending patience, kindness, and empathy. Build bridges instead of walls, seek reconciliation instead of retribution, and you will experience how powerful it is to reflect my character through your interactions. Such love has the power to heal old wounds and spark transformation in places wounded by rejection or hatred. Trust that I am present in your relationships, ready to guide and mend what is broken, and ask me for wisdom in cultivating unity. Step forward in love and watch me move mightily in your connections. There will always be voices telling you that you are not enough, too flawed, too broken, too far gone to be worthy of love or usefulness in my kingdom. But I want you to know that these lies stem from the accuser who seeks to undermine your confidence in my redemptive power. You are made in my image, crafted with a spark of my own creativity, and filled with the potential to reflect my glory. While perfection is beyond human reach, faithfulness and a sincere heart are not, and through them, I can accomplish incredible things. Do not be paralyzed by feelings of unworthiness. Instead, place your trust in my grace, which covers your imperfections and empowers you to walk in purpose. Stand tall, for I have called you by name. Just as a gardener prunes the branches of a fruitful vine to make it even more productive, I sometimes prune aspects of your life to foster greater growth. This pruning might come in the form of closed doors, broken relationships, or painful situations that cause you to rely on me more fully. Though it may sting to see certain hopes or plans cut away, Understand that every part of the process is orchestrated by my loving hands, aimed at helping you bear fruit that remains. Hold fast in times of pruning, and do not lose heart, for you are being shaped into the fullness of who I created you to be. When you remain in me, you will see an abundant harvest of spiritual maturity and blessings. Refuse to let the external noise dictate the internal state of your heart, for I wish to be your compass, guiding you through the clamor of worldly influences. Social pressures, societal trends, and shifting values can easily lead you astray if you do not anchor yourself in the truth I have provided. Listen more deeply for my still, small voice, which calls out through the chaos, directing you onto paths of wisdom and integrity. Remember that my perspective transcends every cultural moment, standing firm regardless of how opinions may fluctuate around you. Keep your soul tuned to my guidance, and you will navigate life's complexities with clarity and peace. May the spirit of peace fill your mind and heart, displacing every anxiety or dread that tries to take root. Anxiety often arrives in the form of what-if questions, painting worst-case scenarios and undermining the security you have in my promises. But I invite you to present these anxious thoughts to me in prayer, laying each one at the foot of my throne and allowing me to speak my comforting truth in return. Resist the urge to fixate on worries, and instead redirect your focus onto my unfailing ability to sustain you. Exhale the tension and inhale my reassurance. For in my presence, peace transcends all understanding, guarding your heart and mind. Celebrate the progress you have made, even if it seems small, for each step forward in faith is a triumph of my grace working within you. Too often, you measure yourself by grand achievements or notable milestones, overlooking the subtle daily victories in character growth and obedience. I see the transformation in your heart, the choices you make to honor me, and the perseverance you muster in moments of discouragement. Know that I rejoice in every instance you reflect my love, even if no one else takes notice. Continue steadfastly, confident that each small victory adds up to a legacy of unwavering faith in my eyes. I invite you to be a vessel of compassion, recognizing that those around you bear wounds unseen, fighting battles unspoken. Extend kindness without hesitation, offer understanding without judgment, and be generous in comforting those who are grieving, lonely, or afraid. As you pour out compassion, you become my hands and feet in a hurting world, modeling the kind of love I gave freely on the cross. You may never fully know the ripple effect of a tender word or a helping hand, but rest assured, none of it is wasted when done in my name. Shine this light of empathy into the shadows of human suffering, and watch how my grace multiplies through your faithful service. Do not fear the concept of change, for life itself is a tapestry of seasons, some joyous, some challenging, and each transition holds potential for growth. When you face a new chapter, whether it is relocating to a different place, starting a new job, or embracing a shift in relationships, remember that my hand guides your every step. Allow the discomfort of change to broaden your horizons, to deepen your trust in my plans, and to refine your character. Resist the urge to cling to the familiar out of fear, and instead step into the future with boldness, knowing that I walk before you, making a way where none seemed possible. Trust in me, for I am the one who weaves all seasons into a tapestry of redemption. Recall the miracles I have performed throughout history, from parting seas to raising the dead, and understand that my power has not diminished with time. I remain the same yesterday, today, and forever, and I am still more than capable of performing wonders in your life. Approach me with audacious faith, never doubting that I can move mountains on your behalf. That does not mean I will always answer in the way you envision, for my wisdom surpasses your understanding, but know that I hold limitless ability to deliver you, provide for you, and guide you. Expect great things, because I am a great God, and I delight in manifesting my glory for all to see. When you fall into a season of doubt or spiritual dryness, where you feel disconnected from my presence or disillusioned by life's trials, do not withdraw in shame. Let your doubts be the gateway to deeper conversations with me, the impetus that drives you back to my word, seeking clarity, reassurance, and renewed vision. Remember, faith is not the absence of questions, but the resolve to cling to me in the midst of them. Come, ask, knock, seek with all your heart, and you will find that I am faithful to reveal myself, drawing you close once more. Even in your uncertainty, I never let go of your hand. Rather, I lead you gently toward renewed conviction. I see the battles that rage in your mind, the relentless assault of negative self-talk or harmful memories that try to define you. In these moments, remind yourself of the armor I have provided, the belt of truth, the breastplate of righteousness, the shield of faith, the helmet of salvation, and the sword of my spirit. Stand firm in these spiritual defenses, knowing that you are not destined to be a victim of unbridled thoughts. Instead, you can take every thought captive under the authority of my name, replacing lies with truth and despair with the hope of my promises. Bolster your mind with my word, and you will find that peace triumphs over the darkest attacks. Never forget that I am near to the brokenhearted and close to those who feel crushed in spirit, for my concern extends to every form of suffering you face. Whether it's a loss so deep you can scarcely breathe, or an internal struggle that weighs you down daily, I invite you to find comfort in my presence. Like a warm blanket on a cold night, I wrap you in my compassion, letting you rest until you are renewed in strength. Cry out to me, and know that your tears do not go unseen. I collect them as a precious offering, turning your mourning into a testament of my healing power. Fear not, for I stand ready to lift you up and bind your wounds. Embrace my correction when it comes, for I discipline those I love, not as a punishment to break your spirit, but as a means to refine and redirect you toward righteousness. My reproof is a sign of my deep investment in your growth, an indication that I see greater potential in you than you might see in yourself. Accept it humbly, submit to my guidance, and watch how my loving instruction shields you from dangerous paths that would lead you astray. I do not correct in anger but in grace, aiming to restore you to the fullness of joy and purpose. Lean into this refining process, for I shape you day by day into a vessel of honor. In the moments when you worship with a sincere heart, whether in song, in prayer, or simply in silent gratitude, you enter a sacred exchange where I pour out blessings upon you. Worship is not merely about reciting words or participating in rituals. It is the aligning of your spirit with mine, an intimate dance where your soul recognizes its creator. Through genuine worship, you draw near to me, experiencing my presence in ways that transcend the ordinary confines of human understanding. Make space in your life for such moments, cherishing them like precious jewels, for in worship you find rest, power, and a renewed perspective on who I am. Keep praising, and I will reveal deeper facets of my love to you. Though you live in a world marred by brokenness, I call you to be an agent of reconciliation, extending my grace to individuals caught in the traps of division, hatred, or misunderstanding. Let your words be seasoned with empathy, your actions be motivated by kindness, and your heart be inclined toward peace. Where others sow discord, I urge you to sow harmony. Where some erect barriers, I encourage you to build bridges of forgiveness and compassion. Reflect my own sacrificial love by laying aside grudges, choosing instead to see the potential for transformation in every soul. Trust that as you become a peacemaker, you carry my divine presence into the darkest places, sparking change and unity. I am aware of every fleeting moment of doubt, each time you silently wonder whether I have truly chosen you or whether your faith is genuine. My beloved child, your faith is precious in my sight, even when it feels small as a mustard seed, because it has the capacity to grow into a shelter for many. When unbelief attempts to overshadow your hope, run to me in prayer, just as the Father in the Scriptures cried out, "I believe, help my unbelief." Indeed, I will meet you where you are, gently nurturing your trust until it becomes a mighty oak. Rest assured, you are mine, and I will strengthen your faith with every passing trial. Take solace in the knowledge that my plans for you are to prosper you, to give you a future filled with hope, even if the path appears obscured. The valleys you traverse do not negate my promise. The mountains you face are opportunities to witness my power. Each obstacle you overcome becomes a testimony that will embolden both you and those who hear your story. Keep your eyes fixed on me, and do not be swayed by the voices of discouragement, for I have already charted a course that leads you from glory to glory. Anticipate my goodness, for surely as the sun rises each day, I will fulfill my promises in your life. I encourage you to be vigilant about the words you speak, for they hold creative power, either building up or tearing down. Just as I spoke the world into existence, your speech can bring life, hope, and blessings into the realms you inhabit, your home, your community, and your relationships. Resist the urge to gossip or complain, and replace those impulses with declarations of my promises, affirmations of your faith, and words of compassion for others. As you steward your tongue wisely, you will notice an atmosphere of peace and encouragement blossoming wherever you go. Commit your lips to holiness, and watch how I use your words to spark transformation and heal wounded hearts. Come to me when you are burdened by shame, remorse, or regret, and let me wash away the stains of your past with my forgiveness. My capacity to forgive is immeasurable, surpassing even your greatest sins or failures, and I do not begrudge you the grace I so freely offer. The price has been paid, the debt canceled, so you need not bear the weight of condemnation any longer. Take comfort in this truth. Once I forgive, I choose not to remember your wrongs, allowing you to move forward unencumbered by the shadows of yesterday. Accept my mercy and walk boldly in the freedom it provides. Recall how my prophets of old stood firm amidst opposition, proclaiming truth even when society rejected their messages. Similarly, I call you to stand as a beacon of truth and love in your own generation, not swayed by popular opinion or the changing tides of cultural acceptance. Root yourself in my word, which remains unchanged through the centuries, and let it govern your values and actions. The world may mock or misunderstand, yet your faithful witness can lead many to salvation, sparking revival in hearts that long for true meaning. Find courage in my spirit, for I empower you to be a light that darkness cannot overcome. As you go about your daily life, be mindful of my Holy Spirit, who resides in you and yearns to guide your every decision. He is your counselor, comforter, and teacher, revealing my heart to you in moments of both uncertainty and clarity. Cultivate a listening ear, for the Spirit often speaks in gentle whispers, pointing you toward opportunities to show kindness, highlighting pitfalls to avoid, and reminding you of my truths at just the right moment. By walking in step with the Spirit, you forge a deeper intimacy with me, developing a sensitivity that allows my power to flow through you effortlessly. Embrace this marvelous gift, for it is my tangible presence dwelling within you. Do not let weariness dissuade you from persevering, for there is a harvest appointed in due time if you do not lose heart. I see your efforts, your late-night prayers, your willingness to serve when no one else volunteers, and I will reward your faithfulness. Seeds planted today may take time to germinate, but with consistent watering by prayer and diligence, They will eventually sprout forth in abundance. Resist despair, even if immediate results remain unseen, for I am the master gardener, tending to every seed you have sown in faith. Stand steadfast in these truths, and prepare to witness the lush growth I bring forth from your labor. Allow yourself to dream again, for I am the one who plants the seeds of vision in your heart, waiting to see them blossom into realities that glorify my name. Dreams are not whimsical fantasies, but rather the outflow of hope, a language through which I can reveal my purposes for you. When cynicism or past disappointments threaten to extinguish your desire to dream, remember that my spirit revives parched hearts, bringing forth creativity and fresh expectation. Dare to imagine the possibilities that lie ahead, and align these dreams with my kingdom values, for in doing so, you will experience an infusion of courage and faith that propels you forward. Dream boldly, for I am the giver of vision and the fulfillment of promises. No hardship you endure escapes my notice or compassion. Each trial, each tear, and each triumph is etched into the canvas of your life's story, which I am writing with care and intention. Trust me when I say that I have woven even your missteps and suffering into a larger narrative that ultimately reflects my mercy and power. Rest in the assurance that the tapestry I create is far more beautiful than anything you could craft on your own. Place your past, present, and future into my hands, and witness how I redeem every thread of pain with my unwavering love. Continue to walk forward, for I am your author and your perfecter. I invite you to behold the wonder of my creation, from the vast galaxies spinning silently in space to the intricate petals of a wildflower blooming unseen by most human eyes. Let these glimpses of splendor spark awe in your spirit, reminding you of my limitless imagination and attention to detail. If I care so meticulously for the sparrows that take wing and the lilies that adorn the fields, how much more do I care for you, my cherished child? Reflect on the majesty of the natural world, and let it remind you of my enduring faithfulness and meticulous care in every aspect of your life. Be comforted, for you are held in the arms of the one who set the universe in motion. In the hush of early morning or the stillness of night, allow your spirit to find communion with me, lifting up your hopes, fears, and every silent question that tugs at your soul. These intimate moments foster a deeper relationship, one built on genuine exchange rather than mere ritual. Remember, I delight not in empty words, but in the authentic cry of a heart that longs to know me more. Pursue this closeness regularly, regardless of whether you feel worthy or not, for my invitation stands firm. Come, and I will refresh you. Know that each time you draw near to me, I draw near to you, enveloping you in my steadfast love. Do not overlook the fellowship of believers, for I designed community as a blessing, a place where you can worship collectively, share burdens, and celebrate victories. Through connection with others, you will experience the multifaceted nature of my family, recognizing that no one stands alone in their journey of faith. Lean on your brothers and sisters in moments of weakness and offer support in their times of need, for mutual encouragement strengthens every soul involved. Gather in my name, and I will be in your midst, binding hearts together with cords of unity and purpose. Cherish these relationships, for they mirror my relational nature and bring fullness to your spiritual walk. Even as you face obstacles, remember to count your blessings, to catalog each instance of my kindness, no matter how seemingly small. Gratitude shifts your focus from lack to abundance, from complaint to praise, awakening your spirit to the manifold ways I sustain you. By practicing thankfulness, you guard your heart against resentment, envy, and discouragement, establishing a fortress of hope that adversity cannot easily penetrate. Let each expression of thanks be a reminder that I remain faithful, weaving miracles into your daily life. In your gratitude, you will find renewed strength, an overflow of joy, and a deeper appreciation for the countless ways my hand upholds you. As you mature in faith, I ask you to disciple others, passing on the truths you have learned so they too can grow in my knowledge and love. Look for opportunities to encourage a younger believer, a curious soul, or anyone searching for meaning in a chaotic world. Sharing your testimony and guiding them in understanding Scripture can set them on a lifelong journey of discovering my heart. Fear not if you feel inadequate. I equip those I call, granting wisdom, patience, and a compassionate spirit to each willing servant. Embrace this responsibility, knowing you partake in the Great Commission, reflecting my desire for every nation to hear of my redeeming grace. Take the initiative, for you carry the torch of my truth. There will be times when the weight of intercession falls upon you, prompting you to pray fervently for others, friends, loved ones, even strangers in dire need. Do not dismiss these burdens, for my Holy Spirit places them in your heart so that you may partner with me in releasing blessing, healing, and deliverance into their lives. When you intercede, you stand in the gap, acting as a conduit for my grace, extending my compassion to those who may not yet grasp how close I am. I hear every petition, and your prayers become powerful catalysts for transformation, both in the spiritual and physical realms. Continue to pray with faith and persistence, for in doing so you demonstrate my love in tangible ways. Nurture a sense of childlike wonder in your relationship with me, retaining a willingness to be astonished by my goodness and a readiness to trust beyond logic. Children do not complicate their love. They cling to those who care for them without hesitation, believing implicitly in their protector's ability to provide. I invite you to approach me with that same openness, allowing yourself to be amazed by the depth of my affection and the magnitude of my power. Refrain from overthinking my promises or rationalizing my miracles away, for I delight in proving that I am able to accomplish more than you can ask or think. Embrace this trust, for in it you find genuine rest for your soul. Acknowledge that spiritual warfare is real, yet you need not fear its reality, for I have already equipped you with authority in my name. The enemy's primary weapons are deception and discouragement, but by grounding yourself in my word, you dispel the darkness of lies and reaffirm the truth of your identity in me. Do not cower when you sense opposition. Instead, stand firm on the foundation I have laid in your heart, proclaiming my promises and resisting any voice that contradicts my truth. You are more than a conqueror, shielded by faith and strengthened by my spirit, prepared to triumph over the powers that threaten your peace. March onward, for I lead you in unceasing victory. When you stumble, falling short of the standard I have set, I do not cast you away or revoke my love. Instead, I offer restoration and a fresh start, urging you to repent and turn back to the path I have prepared. Do not allow shame to weigh you down, convincing you that you have irrevocably lost my favor. The essence of my message has always been reconciliation, bridging the gap between your weakness and my holiness through my boundless mercy. Lift your head, beloved, for I do not delight in your despair, but in your decision to reorient your heart toward me. Embrace my outstretched hand, and let me lift you up once again. Guard against the temptation to idolize worldly success, status, or wealth, for such pursuits can become snares that chain your heart away from my presence. True fulfillment is found only in intimacy with me, not in the fleeting glories that societies esteem. Though I may bless you with resources, talents, or influence, these are tools meant to serve my purposes and bless others, not trophies for self-exaltation. Keep your priorities aligned with my kingdom, seeking first my righteousness, and you will find that everything else falls into proper order. Surrender your ambitions to me, and I will guide you into a life that overflows with lasting peace and satisfaction. In your moments of solitude, Open the scriptures and meditate on stories of faith, remembering how I have acted on behalf of my people in generations past. Reflect on Abraham's trust, Moses' perseverance, Ruth's loyalty, David's courage, and Esther's bravery, and see that I am the same God who stands with you now. Draw encouragement from these testimonies, letting them fuel your resolve to walk boldly along the path I have set before you. The same power that parted seas and toppled giants remains at work in you, available through the Holy Spirit. Press on, for you are part of a grand lineage of believers who have trusted me against all odds. Know that you are not defined by a single chapter of your life, neither by the hardships you have faced, nor by the mistakes you have made. I see the entirety of your journey, the tapestry of each experience that has shaped and refined you. Rest in the assurance that I use all things to work together for your good, weaving the threads of your story into a beautiful testament to my grace. Your current situation, no matter how dire, is not the final word, for I have the power to redeem and restore beyond what you can imagine. Let this truth ignite hope in your heart. I specialize in turning ashes into beauty and brokenness into testimonies of triumph. Celebrate your identity as my beloved child, recognizing that through faith you are adopted into my family, an heir to promises that span eternity. This adoption is not merely a legal transaction, but a heartfelt transformation, granting you access to my fatherly affection, guidance, and inheritance. Do not view yourself as an outsider or a servant forced to earn my approval. Rather, see yourself as a treasured son or daughter, fully received and unconditionally cherished. With this understanding, approach me confidently, knowing that I delight in hearing your voice and meeting your needs. Let this secure position embolden you to love others as I have loved you. Each day, I extend new opportunities for you to practice kindness, to exemplify patience, and to offer forgiveness, the very virtues that reflect my character. Do not wait for grand moments to demonstrate these qualities. Rather, weave them into the fabric of your daily interactions, letting them shine through small acts and gentle words. In doing so, you cultivate a fragrance of love that permeates your environment, softening hearts and inspiring unity. You have the capacity to influence your surroundings more profoundly than you realize, simply by choosing compassion and empathy in circumstances where anger or apathy might otherwise prevail. Therefore, let your life be a living testimony of my goodness, shining brightly in both mundane and extraordinary settings. Treasure the quiet revelations that come through perseverance, for the greatest spiritual gems are often unearthed in seasons of trial. Do not despise the difficulties, as they produce perseverance, character, and hope, attributes far more valuable than material riches. Each challenge you encounter tests your resolve, but also reveals new facets of my faithfulness. Embrace this refining process, confident that I am shaping you into someone who can stand firm in any storm and still radiate my glory. Keep your gaze upon me, and let each trial draw you closer to my heart, where you will find strength, wisdom, and grace. Finally, beloved, cast your eyes toward the horizon of grace, for I have orchestrated a grand future that surpasses the finest dreams you hold now. In every season, whether it be one of laughter or tears, find comfort in knowing that you journey not alone, but with me at your side, guiding your steps, speaking life into your spirit, and unveiling wonders beyond your comprehension. These troubles you face today will give way to testimonies of my miraculous power, and in time you will stand in awe of how I perfectly authored each chapter of your unfolding story. Take heart and remain steadfast in faith, for I am the one who loves you with an everlasting love, and I will not rest until you stand complete, shining as a testament of my goodness for all eternity. My steadfast love endures forever, and that includes every moment you breathe, every smile you share, and every tear you shed. Throughout the shifting seasons of your existence, my love remains the constant that never ebbs or wanes, though the world around you may change. Surrender your heart to this unshakable truth, allowing it to be your compass when decisions weigh heavily upon you. Let my love be the filter through which you see yourself and others, transforming your fears into bold acts of faith and your doubts into stepping stones toward deeper trust. Take hold of this love, for it has the power to revolutionize the way you live and believe. Know that I am fully aware of the adversities you confront, be they illness, loss, financial strain, or emotional turmoil, and I stand ready to pour out my healing balm on every wound. There is nothing you face that escapes my notice, for I journey with you in the midst of your pain, even when you do not sense my nearness. When it feels as though the light is dimming and all hope is being snuffed out, remember that I breathe resurrection power, dispelling the darkness and kindling flames of renewal. Do not yield to despair. Instead, cling to me, confident that I hold the keys to restoration and breakthrough. Persevere, for my healing hand is at work even now. Trust is the currency of any lasting relationship, and ours is no exception. I encourage you to trust in me with all your heart, leaning not on your limited understanding or shifting emotions. Through your willingness to rely on me, you declare that my wisdom surpasses your own, that my knowledge of your future surpasses your human foresight. Step forward in faith, even when circumstances tempt you to doubt, and witness how my guidance illuminates even the murkiest paths. In times of confusion, hold on to the knowledge that I have gone before you, preparing a way where none seemed possible. Let trust be your anchor, securing you against the tidal waves of uncertainty. In this world, many chase after fleeting pleasures and hollow accolades, yet I assure you that true joy is found in abiding in my presence. Seek me earnestly, and you will discover wells of contentment that are not dependent on external conditions. Joy in me transcends momentary happiness. It is a state of spiritual wholeness that allows you to rejoice even in trials, for you know you are safe in my hands. When life's storms rage, my joy becomes your refuge, buoying you above the swirling chaos and reminding you that nothing can separate you from my love. Cultivate this joy by immersing yourself in daily fellowship with me, allowing it to overflow into every aspect of your life. My child, I know how your soul longs for significance, a deep-seated need to make a difference and to be seen for who you truly are. Understand that your significance is intrinsically tied to my claim over your life, for once you realize you are loved by the Creator of the universe, no earthly validation compares. You may feel overlooked or underappreciated by those around you, but my eyes remain fixed upon you, cherishing every act of kindness, every moment of devotion, no matter how small. Let your worth be defined by my unchanging affection, rather than by fickle human standards. Stand in confidence, for in my kingdom each of my children shines as a priceless jewel. You may wonder at times why your heartfelt prayers are answered in ways that differ from what you initially desired. Remember that I see the bigger picture, the labyrinth of connections and implications that unfold from every single choice. My answers flow from a wellspring of infinite wisdom, aiming not only to provide for your immediate needs, but also to shape your heart and eternal destiny. By trusting me with the outcomes, you allow space for my plans to take root, plans that far exceed your limited imagination. Release the need to control every scenario, and welcome the peace that arises from knowing I always act on your behalf with boundless love. Embrace my answers, and you will discover blessings beyond measure. My spirit continuously speaks life over you, reminding you of my promises, guiding you into deeper revelation, and interceding on your behalf with groanings words cannot express. Open your heart to these holy whispers, for they carry direction, comfort, and power when all else fails. Sometimes you may hear them in the quiet hush of dawn, other times in the swirl of chaos, but they always resonate with the truth of my word. My spirit does not contradict Scripture, but illuminates it, making it come alive in your daily experience. Lean into this divine dialogue, trusting that I will shape you in holiness and empower you to walk boldly amid life's uncertainties. Lay your burdens at my feet, those anxieties that gnaw at your peace, those fears that loom like giants, and those regrets that cling to your spirit. Offer them all up to me. I invite you to exchange your weariness for my rest, your sorrow for my joy, and your confusion for my clarity. Unload the sack of cares you've been carrying so long and feel the lightness of a soul set free by my invitation. Come to me, all who are weary. Do not hesitate, thinking your troubles unworthy or too trivial. If it matters to you, it matters to me. Place them in my hands, and watch how I transform your heaviness into a garment of praise. Take heart that I work through all circumstances, even those orchestrated by the hands of cruelty or misfortune, to bring about redemptive outcomes. What the enemy intends for evil, I can convert into a channel of blessing, leading you to discoveries of strength and compassion you never thought possible. Do not concede your faith when faced with adversity. Rather, declare my sovereignty over the storms, trusting that I can calm them with a single word or bring a rainbow of promise when they pass. Let these trials be the proving ground where your faith matures, shining ever brighter as a testament to my unfailing goodness. Hold fast, for I am the craftsman who molds even broken shards into vessels of honor. Approach each day with an expectant heart, anticipating my wonders and miracles to manifest in both mundane and extraordinary ways. When you live expectantly, you train your eyes to see my fingerprints on every interaction, every open door, and every unexpected blessing. Faith does not settle for the ordinary. It awaits the extraordinary, confident that I am active in your life. This posture of anticipation delights me, for it mirrors the kingdom mindset that recognizes my omnipotence and readiness to intervene. Keep looking, keep hoping, and keep believing, for your expectancy creates a fertile environment for my plans to unfold. Offer me your dreams, your goals, and your aspirations, and I will shape them to align perfectly with the destiny I have in mind for you. Though you may have visions of grandeur or carefully laid strategies, remember that my blueprint is always superior, polished by grace and infused with eternal purpose. When you relinquish your plans to my shaping hand, I will refine them until they shimmer with promise. No dream surrendered to me is lost. Rather, it is elevated beyond what your human perspective can conceive. Place your ambitions at my altar, and watch me weave them into the tapestry of blessings that serve not just you, but also the countless lives your faith touches. Believe in my power to unify the broken fragments of your family, your friendships, and your community. Where strife has sown discord, my love plants seeds of reconciliation. Where bitterness has hardened hearts, my spirit softens them until healing can take root. Peace is one of my greatest gifts, an outflow of my own nature, seeking to mend divisions and bring forth new beginnings. Pray for unity in your relationships, and be the first to extend grace, forgiving others as I have forgiven you. As you do, you mirror my heart for a world torn by conflicts, illustrating that peace is possible when love triumphs over offense. I have called you not to a spirit of timidity, but of power, love, and self-discipline. Therefore, arise in boldness, testifying of my goodness without shame, and let your lifestyle be a reflection of my transforming grace. Let compassion be the language you speak, boldness the garment you wear, and hope the message you carry into every corner of darkness. Fear may whisper that you are inadequate, but my spirit shouts that you can do all things through the strength I provide. Believe this with every fiber of your being and step into the fullness of your calling, for I am the one who established it. In times of doubt, immerse yourself in remembrance. Recall the answered prayers, the deliverances from near calamity, and the mercies I have poured out in your life. Gather these memories as precious stones, forming an altar of gratitude that reaffirms my faithfulness. When faced with new challenges, look upon that altar and say, "The same God who helped me then will help me now." Testimonies are powerful. They keep your heart aligned with truth and conquer the storms of skepticism that threaten to erode your confidence. Cling to these recollections, for they are reminders that my hand has never left you, nor will it ever depart. Above all, my love for you remains unchanging, an eternal flame that no storm, no failure, no disappointment could ever quench. Rest assured that even as seasons shift and people come and go, my devotion stands firm, a fortress of security you can always rely on. I hold you closer than a mother cradles her newborn child, and I whisper truths over you that break every chain of self-doubt. As you look ahead, may you carry the confidence that my heart toward you is gentle. My plans for you are good, and my grace is sufficient for every trial you will face. Open your heart wide, my precious one, for I have poured out my boundless affection upon you. Walk forward in peace, trusting that I bless your coming and your going, guarding you against unseen snares and guiding you through life's complexities. My eyes roam the earth, seeking hearts fully devoted to me, that I might show myself strong on their behalf. Lift up your head and know that my favor can open doors no one can shut, shining a light on your path until you reach the fulfillment of my promises. Remember that each day is an opportunity to experience my presence and to demonstrate my kindness to a world desperate for hope. Take courage, for I have set my hand upon you for greatness in my kingdom. I speak blessings over you now, blessings of joy that transcends sorrow, of hope that eradicates despair, and of grace that is immeasurable, renewing you day by day. May your household be filled with laughter and unity, your relationships steeped in mutual love and respect, and your endeavors crowned with purposeful success. Let your faith be unwavering, a beacon in the midnight hours that points the lost and weary toward my guiding light. I have determined to carry you through every obstacle, to keep you under the shadow of my wings, and to reveal my glory in your life. Trust in these words, for they are the heartbeat of my unwavering commitment to you. Look ahead to the horizon of new opportunities and breakthroughs, for I am clearing the path before you, removing hindrances and orchestrating divine connections. Your story has chapters yet unwritten, filled with testimonies of my intervention and triumph over adversity. The best is not behind you, but stands yet to unfold, for I delight in revealing marvelous things at the appointed time. Keep your gaze set on my promises, letting them fuel your perseverance when challenges arise. Never forget that you walk not by chance, but by my sovereign design, and I will complete the good work I have begun in you. My dearest child, my love for you will never fade, for it is the very essence of who I am, constant and powerful, surpassing all earthly analogies. I bless you and everything you put your hands to, decreeing fruitfulness and peace over your endeavors. As you step boldly into each new day, walk forward in my peace, certain that your life is anchored in a future bright with promise and a present rich with my presence. Take these words to heart, let them nourish your spirit, and remember, you are never alone, for I am always with you, enveloping you in my infinite love. Look forward with confidence, because the very best is yet to come.